How's it going? How's it going, Lauren? Figured I'd got my other Snapmaker in. Figured I'd go ahead and just unbox it, kind of chat with you guys, use the opportunity. It takes a while to get it set up, so figured perfect opportunity. How's everyone's week been so far? Hang on, my thing's not populating. There we go. There we go. Fix that a little bit. Can you guys hear me fine? Further, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good. Been a busy day, but was excited when this came in. Perfect. Thank you for confirming. Oh yeah. Curious, how many of y'all saw the new Bambu printer release video that just dropped today? Curious on you guys' inputs on it. Gee, gravity's not my friend right here. Yep, snap number 3. At this point, they should send me a 4th one for free. That would be nice. That's the dream. I do enough advertising. Well, no, I could probably do a heck of a lot more advertisement for them. I could release some more videos versus my just plain blogs, but I'm not as good at the I'm not as good at the scripted stuff. I like it more raw, which doesn't make as good for some types of videos. David saw that. Very interesting on what they did, basically going to cannibalize the P2S sales. Yeah. I mean, I think it was great. Well, the P2S doesn't have 2 nozzles, right? So that's really the only big difference is the 2 nozzles. I don't know. I feel like for the price point that they did it for, which is about the same price point as the Snapmaker, they should have either had 4 nozzle capability or a larger build plate. If they really wanted to, like, I think if they could do that, they'd shut out. Like, if they could have done it with 4 nozzles and they could have just shut out Snapmaker, I think that would have been the best bet. But I'm not a business person, so who's to say? David, not for me though. I don't engineer a lot. Engineering or tons of sports stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's really what it is it seems to be designed for, I mean, you can do it for multiple colors, but it's really just designed for a dedicated support interface, which, yeah. Funny enough, I actually saw Dance in 3D. He actually happened to walk into a Micro Center and they already had it in stock. And so he picked one up, and he was already having some issues with it right on day one. I did find that to be pretty funny. Whoops. Let's see if I can do this time without looking at the manual at all. I can't express all of it here, but there's a major difference between what they did with the X2D and the Snapmaker. There's no comparison. Yeah. What they built was an entry-level engineering machine. The second nozzle isn't meant for quality prints, but for auxiliary film. Yeah, exactly. Which I get it. It serves a purpose. And I know it's designed to be able to handle the engineering grade stuff, but not my cup of tea. Fear the PR. I'm not enticed by the two nozzles. I love my P2S and I have no regrets. I mean, listen, the P2S is probably good. I love my P1S. I still love it, even though it gives me some issues sometimes, which I have it up and running now. So that's good. After all that, it ended up only being an extruder issue, which you'll see in the next video. Like a really bad, apparently a clog. I don't know. As soon as I disassembled the extruder, it started behaving fine for me. But whatever. But I've always loved my P2S or my P1S. So the P2S probably would have been the natural progression I would have gone with if it was not for the Snapmaker. Bambu has even stated that the right nozzle is not meant for print quality compared to the left. Oh, I actually didn't know that. I briefly, I looked at their video, which was, I don't know. I feel like their video probably could have gotten a little more technical than it was. And maybe they released a technical video too. I just saw the one where it was almost documentary style, kind of. Yeah. Go. I think the big thing that Snapmaker really needs to focus on is getting their software up to snuff. That's my biggest, I shouldn't say grievance, but that's the one major thing I think that they could work on, which they've been doing some great updates, and it's gotten a lot better with it. There we go. None of them are perfect. Even the P2S isn't plug and play with anything more than PLA, PETG, and I mean, I don't know. With my P1S, I was able to run PETG no problem. Like, I never had any issues with that with just using stock settings. As far as ABS is concerned, I never. It's been on my list. I just haven't had a need for it. I had the X1 scene, and oh my god, that was better than the new one. Okay, I think the main thing with me between the P2S and the X2D is like the X2D has the filtration. Okay, so that's a nice filtration system. That's all right. What am I missing? Oh, this one right here. Which it makes sense. Like you said, it is more for engineering grade. I don't remember this one being here before. I wonder if that's new. So we'll see. I'm actually, I just reached out to, if not, I might look at making it myself, but I just sent an email to BQ to see about seeing if, like how they sent me the build plates, if they'd send me their top cover that they made for the Snapmaker. I'm interested in trying it. If not, I'm going to look at making one myself, but the fact that it has a built-in, I think, has some kind of event in it is what I had seen. We'll see how that works out. Lamb, you've shown some dragons in the past that you were able to have the head up off the table. The head up off the table. I'm not following what you mean by that, but most of my dragon, almost all my dragons except for the mini ones with the eggs, are Cinderwing. I'm jealous unless I get a bad batch of Pet G. Mine oozed and required a lot of specific settings. So as far as the as far as Pet G, my biggest thing that I learned with it is you do have to actually make sure you dry it. Whereas my PLA, I was able to do it without drying it. Any problems? Oh, they adjusted. Huh, I guess because this is the first official model since it's officially released, they adjusted some of the internal packing. Let's see if it's any less of a pain. Or, not that it's that big, but just to see. They kind of have a few more more indicators for where the screws need to go, a little bit more reinforcement. So it looks like they actually changed up how they do their packaging for it, which great. Anything to prevent an issue, which luckily I haven't had an issue with them before. David Coiner, yeah, that video was very bizarre as it didn't seem to match with it. Yeah, I agree. It was weird. It was weird. Like, it just, I don't know, it was strange. I get my Pet G from Amazon. I mean, I get most of my filament from Amazon too. Pet G, I mostly use Creality just because it's good price and it's been reliable for me. One thing that hasn't been talked about is that the new Bambu Studio has integrated with multicolor support. I'm not following what you're saying. Does anyone have the Snapmaker app giving them the push notifications on the phone yet? Yeah, so I do. I was having the I can't show on my phone, but I actually had to go in after the update came out. I had to go in, disable the notifications, close the app, relaunch the notification, or relaunch the app and re-enable the notifications. It's been working great since. So give that a try if you're having issues with notifications. Like I said, big thing Snapmaker needs to work on is their apps. But yeah. I'm getting some push notifications on my iPhone, but it's not consistent. The app needs a lot. Yeah, the app definitely needs a lot of work. I mean, it's consistent. It's actually working. Let's word it that way. Compared to before, it was not really working at all. But one thing I'll say though is the errors they very rarely actually come through on the Snapmaker app. But if nothing else, if it tells me a print's finished and it tells me there's an error, I can at the very least go and check it out, which is a big thing for me. I'm getting some push lamp. You had them post with the heads up in the air on the table, like the cope. Oh, gotcha. You're talking about, which I currently have it only up to one display on it, but you're talking about this right here. Yeah, I found this over on Maker World. Let me see if I can get you the link for it. It works. Is it getting me extra additional sales because of it? I don't know. I personally like the display for it. Hang on, I'll take a pause from this and see. Maker World. And of course, I'm not logged into it. Sorry, I'll get you that link for it in just a moment. Come on. I don't use this laptop that often, so it wasn't logged into Maker World. Okay, there we go. I got it saved in my collections. Okay. Here we go. And share, copy link. There's the link for it. Lamrith, there's the link. Bambu Studio has their own version of the. Oh, do they? Is it a fork of it, or is it built into the new app, the new version? I haven't seen anything on that. That'd be really cool to see an official one. Although, full spectrum, I guess it would work out in the H2C. Oh, Lamrith, Dragon was laying on the table with the heads were up off the table. I don't know what you're referring to. Sorry. So I'm thinking about getting a U1, Dr. Boomstick. I'm thinking about getting a U1, but I'm seeing they have issues with taller. I haven't had any issues with the taller. So the only time I've had issues with taller prints is in regards to support, but I'm naturally very. I've changed all my support settings to where they are less than the recommendations to where they're smaller. So like I printed these. This is this. I've done my big Mewtwo. I don't generally have issues with them going high. I haven't done too many that are very high, but I did my Bulbasaur, my Squirtle, Pikachu, Mewtwo, Gengar, I already said Bulbasaur, the Charmander. I've done all those on them, and I haven't run into any issues with it. The only issue I had with this model was just the supports, and they were just too thin, so I had to put it to default, which made it a pain to remove the supports, but that was it. And the adhesion issues I was having with some of my build plates was because I was using the wrong. Somehow my default plate type had gotten changed up. David Coiner, it's built in. Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm actually hoping that Snapmaker ends up releasing. Well, obviously, wanting to work on their app a bit, releasing that full spectrum integrated into it. Sitting here upgrading my Prusa while I stream. Oh, I appreciate it. I'd love to try to Prusa, but was never in the budget. So, David, is it only for the Vortex system? I mean, obviously, that's going to be the most optimized. But does it work with like the P1S and other systems as well? If you know. I haven't done the Imperial Dragon from Flexi Factory. I know the model that you're talking about, but I haven't done it. Use it with your P1S. Okay, I'll have to give that a shot. I'll have to look at it. Let's word it that way. The problem is, it's just still just the purge. Now, for anyone who has a Snapmaker, how many of you have used the full spectrum, and what's your thoughts on it? I'm curious. I've done research into it, but I haven't jumped onto it yet. I am thinking about getting a new laptop, though, so I might put full spectrum on the laptop and the default version on my desktop. It's going to make it easy for you to do some designs for with your Zorbies. Nice. Do you think Snapmaker will use the extra ports for additional colors, AMS? I don't know. They have extra ports up here, but they haven't expressed what they're for. I think the current theory is it's for the top hat, but they haven't come out and officially said anything to my knowledge for it. So I'm printing right now, but I was going to try the multicolor after. I usually use prints from Maker World to make custom colors and multicolor filaments. Okay. With how I'm doing it now with my Zorbies, I'm doing a full plate with only 0.98 grams purged. Well, yeah, but with the P1S, it's gonna purge whenever it's or that just might be because of your smaller model. But it's gonna do a purge every time it transitions layers. Rugged Layer Lab. PLA and Petchy have been great on the Snapmaker. I'm trying my first TPU. Yeah, it's been great on mine. I did do the TPU. I had an issue with one of the colors for the shoes, but it was like a very generic color. Or not generic color. It was a generic brand that someone had given me, and it kept failing on that particular shoe. And I just haven't had the time or just thought to try a different one, but it's on my list. I have a few different TPUs that I'd like to do a nice multicolor print with again. But I didn't have to do anything special with it. In fact, with the PIBA, I was able to print the PIBA for that basketball, and it worked great. Now, I did run the PIBA straight from my dryer, and I loaded a specific PIBA profile that someone had provided. I'm trying to think if it was actually from the manufacturer of that PIBA. It might have been from the manufacturer. Okay, all right. So you had a purging into a different model. Gotcha. Jacob, how reliable would you say that your Snapmakers have been? They've been pretty reliable. Any issues that I've had have been adhesion issues, and mostly like adhesion issues in regards to I went through, I don't know, probably about a week. Yeah, probably about a week or two where I didn't realize it. Well, I'm guessing it was about a week or two. I didn't realize it, but the build plate that I had selected in my default profile had somehow changed. I'm not sure how it changed, but it changed. And that's when I was having some failures because I was printing on the textured cool plate settings with the smooth cool plate that I was using. Past that, just a few support issues, but like I said, that's mostly because I'm very loose with my supports, and it would just be that they would snap off. It wouldn't be adhesion as far as the supports. It would just be that they would snap. But I've run over 2,000 hours between my first one Well, I'm guessing it's probably about 2,000 hours. I haven't actually checked in a little bit, but close to 2,000 hours. I probably need to do a YouTube video soon about where my thoughts are on the Snapmaker. I just haven't thought to have the time for it. But overall, I love it. I recommend it. I've swapped out all my printers except for one P1S for Snapmakers. If you plan well, you can eliminate purges depending upon the models. Can't get rid of that time though. Yeah, so I mean, I'm familiar with getting rid of the purge. I mean, I normally am able to get it down to on my P1S. If I get it to around 15 grams of purge, I will. I call it successful, just because I've noticed it's a diminishing return when it gets too low. But yeah. Rugged Layer Lab. I'm printing this for an Etsy order. It's a nose for a drone someone ordered. Oh, that's cool. I love custom orders. I think those are the ones I have the most. They can be a little stressful if someone just doesn't know what they want. Well, they don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I love custom orders. They're personally my favorite orders to get. Especially when someone provides the file for me. I'm just making sure I have all the stuff. Oh, it's random. All right, I think I have everything off of it now. I'm looking to getting a multicolor printer. I'm thinking about getting the Anycubic Cobra X, but I like hearing what others in the community have to say. I don't know anything about the Anycubic, so I can't give any feedback there. Hey, Sir Lamb from NC, what build plates you use? Where do you normally find your models? I almost exclusively use the BQ Frostbite. I always get it mixed up. It's the Frostbite or the Glacier. It's the darker blue one that I use almost exclusively. I just like them a lot. I like the adhesion. I mean, I haven't had issues with these, but I feel like for me, these wear out more often unless I keep glue on them. And power outages, it can be a problem. So that's why I use the BQ ones. As for the models, I mean, I have Cinderwing, Layers in Green, Cinderwing, Layers in Green, 3D Gob, and Matt Meyer Makes. Those are my 4 main modelers that I use. I'm currently experimenting with 3D Misfits, which is from Hamel's House of 3D. They sold okay. The newer models that have come out, I'm not quite sure on yet. So we'll see. I'm going to keep it for at least another month or so and then see. How's it going, Redfin? Thanks. If you are only to have one printer, choose Snapmaker for sure, unless you got the funds for the H2C. Yeah, I mean, if money's not an option, H2C. Like, for me, I think my ideal ratio, like, say the money wasn't an option. Well, say I was more money conscious, let's put it that way, and had enough extra. I'd probably get 3 Snapmakers to 1 H2C, personally, just because of a cost standpoint. But I do think that the extra build volume on the H2C would be very nice. Plus Bambu. I mean, Bambu's very, very reliable. I don't have easy access back there. Let me just throw this over here. All right. Got that filament. Oh, here's my box. I'm like, where's my box? There's my box. You'll be happier with the U1 over the Cobra X. What's the price on the Cobra X? Because obviously pricing is a big factor, especially for someone who's just getting into prints. If the price isn't that much off, I'd probably look at getting it. I mean, I guess it also depends. Is this your first printer period, or is this other printers that you've had? Ooh, they even changed how that setup for that display is as well. All right, let me put this in here. There we go. What's your temperature bed setting? I just use the default. That is, so if you, in the options, in the printer options, you can enable multiple bed types, and I just change it to the cool plate smooth is the one, and that one works pretty well for me. Yeah. I do like that the X has the multi-cooler all built in the hot end. Oh, cool. We didn't realize that. After not selling well, I'm all of a sudden selling a lot of 3D Gob playsets. I like the playsets in theory. I just don't have the ability to transport them very well. Plus my table size, which you have, I think you have the 2 tables. So you have a lot more options than I do. But I have sold a couple of the playsets. I just only made like one of each. Oddly enough, TikTok Live, people were more interested in those than the than at markets. All right, let's get this on here. I know this is later in the instruction manual, but I pulled it out. After not selling, this would be your 6th printer overall, and I've been with Anycubic for most of that. I mean, if you're familiar with the Anycubic environment, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. Sticking with one environment is nice. That was my plan with Bambu. Which, if Bambu would have released something comparable to the Snapmaker before, I probably would have stuck with them and never have jumped ship. But honestly, even if it was $1,000 and it was something like the Snapmaker that Bambu did, if they would have announced it before Snapmaker, I never would have even looked at Snapmaker personally. Jet, sorry you're late to the stream. We're just getting started, buddy. Yeah, hit that thumbs up. I'm terrible at this, but I appreciate it. I guess I'll thumbs up my own stream. Probably should do that. Anyone know if Snapmaker is going to have a way to make the U1 more than 4 colors? Nothing announced that I've seen. I wouldn't put it outside of the realm of possibility because I think I've heard that people have, was it the Anycubic? No, or was it the Elegoo? One of the systems, they've been able to find a way to get it to work with the Snapmaker to allow for an additional 4 colors, if I recall. But of course, there's purge with that. So anything that they might possibly release will introduce purge. So that's the big thing. But for me, 4 colors is perfectly fine. I don't have any qualms with that. Oh, so I had asked earlier, and I didn't see if anyone responded. Has anyone used the full spectrum on the Snapmaker if they have the Snapmaker? I'm curious on your thoughts on that. Jet, we were just talking about the new X2. I feel like it should have had a little bit more for it, but David Coiner did point out that it was specifically designed and built more for engineering grade filament. I didn't catch that part. So if that's more your jam, that's probably more its cup of tea. JDR channel, are you using the Snapmaker slicer? Yes, I am. And I actually don't have any complaints with it. I mean, it's very similar to Bambu Studio, so there's really not much of a difference there. You just got to get used to some of the small nuances with it. but I like it. The biggest annoyance I have with it right now is I have some issues where the let's see, is it 1 and then 2? Okay, 2 is down over here. The biggest issue I have with it is sometimes it doesn't pick up my colors. I just have to reselect the printer, and then it will pick it up right afterwards. But just nuance. I'm not sure if you saw, but the Cobra X1 has capacity for 4 rolls of filament. Nice. There's a mod out there that to use the Anycubic Ace Pro 1 lane per, the U1 will control loading it and drying it. Yeah, that's what I'd heard. I don't have one, but if I had one, it would be really cool to utilize it. Morphin Man used Full Spectrum and loved it. Okay, so I'd love a little bit of information on it, if you don't mind. Like, have you run into any issues with it? I know everything I see, everyone's talking great. Not really any, because I know it's a fork of a slicer, so it's may not have all the current updates for the Snapmaker. Like, you know, have you run into any issues with it? I guess that's my big question for you. Make sure I get these in here good. Like, I had downloaded it, and then when I realized I couldn't have both slicers installed on the same computer, I stayed away from it for a little bit. But yeah, I did 6 colors on the Snap. Just got to put the pause. Yeah, I've done that a couple times. I think I've done. No, I did 6 colors on one model, but past that, I've done 5 a few times. Yeah, I heard I was holding out for Bambu as well, but I had to get the U1 on the last day of the sale. Glad I did now. Yeah, I mean the U1's great. But price is a big factor for me. If they were all the same price, that'd be different. All right, which of these is the special one? Okay, this is the special one right here. Yeah. All right. I'm totally going out of order of this thing. But this is my 3rd one. I've got this. Oh, is that different? No, that's not different. Whoops, I had that in there. Okay, there we go. Got that one in. Gonna work on this one. I swear the instructions were wrong in the book unless I did them in the wrong order. No, I think the instructions were pretty good for the Snapmaker. The only issue I had with the instructions was the one of the cables up here. I thought I was also really tired when I did it the first go around. I kept screwing it into the wrong spot somehow, and that set me back like 30 minutes on a live stream, which is, you know, great. Sorry, when I'm talking a lot, I need something. I would have gone with H2C, but I haven't started selling anything to cover the cost. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've sold stuff, but it's still not enough to offset the cost for an H2C for me when I can get 2.5 to 3 Snapmakers for that price. I was like, push it left, and then the first one definitely had to be right. Yeah, so the first one is special. It has a special sticker on it that says it has to be pushed in the opposite direction. It has a specific sticker that you would have had to have removed that says install this one in the left position. The rest of them, it doesn't matter. So that's probably the mistake that you made. There we go. It's like push it left with different, yeah. All right, so I got all those in. let's see, what's in here again? I think this is the screws. Yeah. The screws, the lube, the PTFE tubes. Which, shoot, I almost, because they all come with an extra PTFE tube, like the thicker ones, I almost have enough for a full set. For my first one has issues. All right, here's the screws right here. Oh, I also saw Snapmaker just did an update to their app, which I was reading through it. Sorry, firmware update. And it's finally going to be releasing support for, instead of 0.4, it'll have 0.2, 0.6. And I think I saw something about it allowing you to use, yeah, I'm pretty certain I saw something about allowing you to use different nozzle sizes for different filaments in the same one, because it talked about only being able to automatically transfer it if it was the same size. So I think that's cool. It's not relevant to me because I print everything, well, most things in 0.4, but it's cool. Cool update nonetheless. All right, here are these clips. Oh, and these things. I think that's everything here. There we go. Man, at this point, I got 4 extra nozzles. I forgot it comes. Actually, I got 8 extra nozzles because I ordered another batch of 4 nozzles and never even used them. Who else got horrible delivery from FedEx? My FedEx has been amazing, but then again, I don't really have delivery issues around where I am. So yeah, but in fact, one guy even, it was raining outside and he saw how heavy it was and he saw it was tech. He actually was knocking on our door and was ringing our doorbell. He's like, you're going to want to get this out soon because I don't want it to get wet, even though it's under the awning. So I appreciated that. Now, that was not with this one. That was with the last one that came. All right, I'm not going to lie. To remember where these screws go, I'm going to have to look in the manual. I tried to do it without it. Oh, I mean, I have. Oh, did this one have a hole? No, this one didn't have a hole. No, none of mine had a hole in it. My filament order I got from Bambu the other day had a big old hole in it. I got an H2C first, and I have 1 snap so far. Can't wait to buy more. Nice, nice. One more question. What size magnets do you normally use? I made a magnet fidget the other day, and the magnet seemed not to be that strong. My default that I use for things is 10 millimeter by 3 millimeter, I think, or 10 millimeter by 2 millimeter. Yeah, I think it's by 3. Trying to see if I have the box here. It doesn't have a label on it. Yeah, I know it's the 10, but it all depends. I mean, when I'm using the models for 3D Misfits, she has them set to use a few different sizes, which is kind of annoying. And yes, I know I couldn't modify it myself, but yeah. Different nozzles, size, each tool head. Yep. Do you have any snaps running on in any cubic? Oh, okay, not for me. My Snapmaker arrived from FedEx with a hole in the side. Okay. All right. Caught up. All right. Let's see what screws go in here. And I guess I'll make sure I've installed it correctly since I pulled out the manual. I'm pretty sure I remember everything, though. Check. 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 Okay, I got those installed. Oh, well, I guess if I'm doing it in order, I did not do the PTFE tubes yet. But technically, that was something I was going to do before. I was just doing it out of order. All right, let's go here. 2. All right, come on now. There we go. All right, and number 2. And number 3. And number 4. There we go. Am I doing the top hat mod? I haven't done it yet. I haven't needed to because this area is so dry naturally during the winter, and I actually have a mini split which removes most of the air from the area, so it hasn't really been a problem. I'm also, which you can't really tell, but over here there's a limited amount of space before my filament rack, so I'm not sure if it would clear. I actually did just reach out to BQ just because they have sent me some stuff before in the past, just to see if there's a chance. They have a new top plate that they have, to see if they would be willing to send me one. Sure, sounded maybe a little greedy, but it didn't hurt. I was actually interested in considering potentially ordering one of the overpriced Snapmaker top hats as well, just because of the ventilation system and such, purely to do a YouTube video on it, just because I figured no one else has done that. And then I realized it doesn't release until November 15th, which is crazy to me. So I canceled that one immediately. So I'd actually ordered it with this one, thinking I'd be able to get it. All right, so I had that stuff installed. That stuff installed. Oh yeah, I did forget this step, and I probably would have forgotten this. Oh no, that's not that yet. Or I gotta rotate that around. Got all those installed. Got all those installed. Got all those installed. Oh, I need to loosen this. This is the step I probably would have forgotten, because I did forget this one last time too. Which is, where is it? Those 2 screws. One here. All right. This is where you got to bring it all the way around twice. There you go. Now tighten it. So what was most surprising for me was the fact that I was actually able to sell both the A1 and A1 Mini pretty quick. And for this price I asked, which I got $325 for the A1 with combo. They had done $350 and I negotiated down to $325. And then I did the A1 Mini, which I did for $250. So got me a good bit towards this. I bought the rest. All right, so we have that there. Oh, technically I was supposed to do it this way. That's fine. All right, so we got that. Which screws was this? What I had forgotten. The M2.5. 2.6. 2.5. Here we go. Oh. Anyone have any markets last weekend or any upcoming markets? I know I kind of ask this every time I do a live stream at this point, but figured it's a good conversational item. I have my farmer's market again this Saturday, which I'm looking forward to, and then I have my big not St. Patrick's Day, that was a couple weeks ago. I have the big Shelby Merry Go Festival in Shelby, North Carolina. That one I'm looking forward to in 2 weeks. That one's going to be a Saturday, Sunday, and I'm expecting to do pretty darn good. So curious if you all have anything coming up. I also just booked my Christmas one just a couple weeks back, because the Christmas one here, you have to book it by the end of March. Got one next Saturday, and then my 3-day one. JDR, I briefly saw that. I am just outside of the North Carolina border. I'm just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm in Clover, South Carolina, but I do a lot of markets in North Carolina. Probably most of them. In fact, my weekly farmers market that I do is out of Gastonia, North Carolina. Sounds like you're out of North Carolina as well. And Lauren, what's your 3-day one? When's that? "30 minutes from Raleigh." Okay. Oddly enough, I don't live in there now, but I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for, I don't know, 15 years. No. 12 years. And only visited Raleigh ever once, and that was just on a work trip. Ipswich show, 15th through 17th. Nice, nice. Hopefully things will go well for you. GalaxyCon. I haven't done a convention yet, although I almost did a Reptile Con, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, because one of my customers that buy from me a lot, they said they went to Reptile Con and there was more 3D printing vendors than there were reptile vendors there. But I would like to do a convention sometime. I think that'd be pretty cool. Nice. A 4-day one. I've only done one 3-day one, and I've done 2 2-day ones, and this is going to be a 2-day one coming up. I'd love to do a bigger one, although it would be intimidating because that 3-day one wore me out. These screws are so stinking deep. There we go. My sister lives in Greensboro. She sells a lot of custom earrings. I'll be close to Charlotte Thursday for a field trip. Nice. Greensboro's a nice area. I actually have a friend of mine that is It's actually a little sad because if you've seen me on my YouTube channel, I've talked a lot about, I do a lot of D&D with some friends, and one of my buddies who's been doing it with us for about 2 years, he's going to be moving in July to Greensboro, so I think it's Greensboro. Or is it Greenville? It's 2 hours away. One of them. I just did GalaxyCon, and we did incredibly well. Already renewed for next year. How much was the GalaxyCon? Curious as to how much your convention would have been. I need to look into conventions more. I haven't. The site that I use only does really festivals. It doesn't really give any conventions, but I think that would be pretty cool to do. But I'm curious as to how much the booth fee was, because I've heard some of them conventions are pricey. All right, just one more of these now. $1,500 for Thursday was expensive, but again, very exceeded. $1,500, yeah. If you don't mind me asking, how much did you make them? If it was $1,500 for 4 days, I'm curious as to how much you made. I dropped the screw. Okay, I found out where it went. That's my thing with those. Like, the most expensive one I did was the 3-day market, and I think that was $220. And I did very good for it, but I'd be hesitant about doing one that's that expensive. Almost 4x. So 6,000. I mean, that's great, but to me, I look at the other festivals that I've done, and like some of the festivals I've done, they're like $100, and I'll make 1,000 some on, or 1,600, or even the big Pineville one I did was 200, and I made 3,000. So I'm kind of hesitant about paying that much for one, but we'll see. Maybe it's a possibility. Actually, the most expensive market it is a 4-day, or it might be a 3-day market. The Christmas one I just signed up for Rock Hill, South Carolina, that was either a 3-day or a 4-day market, and that one was close to 300. No, 350, because I paid for an indoor spot because it's going to be in December. But I'm expecting a lot because they say about 50,000 people will come through there. All right, so that's all those installed. We have a big wine festival coming up. That's only 250. We usually do. Yeah, so the wine festivals, I've actually heard. The one I did wasn't a wine festival, but it was at a vineyard. And we did okay for one of the markets. The Christmas one wasn't as good. But, all right, so it should just be there to here now. Oh, my word, I'm a freaking moron. Y'all could have told me I'm screwing this in without putting the stinking cable on. I know I didn't tell you guys that, but oh, I can't believe I did that. Has Snapmaker fixed the print time estimates? Yes. Some people have still told me that it's off. I forget who. Someone told me it was still off in one of my comments, I think. But mine's pretty accurate. I mean, I haven't tested it to the exact minute, but when it first came out, it was like off by a couple hours sometimes. But now it's pretty spot on. Yeah, like the one that ended this morning, ended right around 10 o'clock this morning, which is what time I was expecting it to end. No, I'm sorry, that was the one from last night, ended at 10 o'clock at night. Yesterday night, or last night. David, I think you're the one who told me it was off. Mine really isn't off. Not since I did the updates. I mean, I'll actually like test it out. Not now, because I'll test it out with this one. After I, like tomorrow, when I actually get a proper print on it. I mean, yeah, it was really bad. Like when it first released, it was definitely off by hours, but I'm not seeing it anymore. Oh, also, little sidetrack. I got to show you. It's from an old. I made it for someone, but it's from a old Patreon I used to be a part of. I don't subscribe to them anymore. But look at this new model I just made. It's a bald eagle. Someone I know had requested it, so I figured I'd make it for them. This is by Imagine 3D. They have really great bird models, but they don't update that often, which is why I dropped their subscription. But the few models that they have are all bangers. Going off by other users you've talked to. Okay, gotcha. Shooting for my first flea market this Saturday. Goal is to hit a 30-day straight fair in the summer. Dude, that's a lot. How many printers do you have? And is it your first flea market ever? If you've got a 30-day festival, I don't know how you're going to keep up with inventory unless you've got bukus of printers or bukus of backstock. Renaissance Festival. Yeah, so there was a Renaissance Festival around here that I considered for 2 seconds until I saw the commitment and I could not maintain the commitment. But the one around here was actually 45 days. No, 40 days. But it was like 10 grand, I think, to get in. Which, mind you, per day, that's an amazing price. And you'd probably make a lot of money, but it required you to be there every day for the 40 days, and I could not. I couldn't do that commitment because I have a day job. Layer Shift 3D, hello from Las Vegas. Howdy, howdy. Seriously looking at getting a couple U1s. What is the time difference to print a Cinderwing Dragon, 2 colors? Okay. The number one comparison I give, I'll show you in just a second. I do definitely get a time difference on the Dragons, quite a bit. But the big time difference that I've run into is... Oh, I'm doing it again, Ryan. You're about to mess this up again. There we go. Put that in first. That there. Okay. This is the big comparison that I give. The T-Town Fuzz. This one right here was On the P1S, it was going to have a half a kilogram, so 500 grams of waste, and 91 hours. On the Snapmaker, 27 hours. So huge difference in that. Now, that's like an extreme because of the amount of color swaps and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's big. I would say realistically, you're probably talking about, depending upon how many color swaps, 2.5, probably about 2.5 times savings, I'd estimate. Same, can't be there every weekend for that long. Yeah. Well, the Renaissance Festival that I was looking at was Monday through Friday too. Well, it was going to be in the evenings, Monday through Friday, but yeah, and I'm like, I can't commit to that. I got kids, I got a day job. Now, if I had unlimited product, I could have probably walked away from that with 30 grand easily, maybe more. But it would have been an impossibility. Like, there was no way I had enough inventory, no way I had the time. I would have had to have taken a whole month off of work, which would have ate through all of my PTO and some. So that wasn't a possibility. 6 printers, including 2 Snapmakers. Working on getting more. Yeah, first market ever. And you're shooting for the start. So first market ever, and then after that, by the summer, you're looking to do a 30-day one. Dude, that's crazy. Great, though. If that works out, that's amazing, man. I'm really happy for you. Farmers markets might not be too much. Just depends. I mean, at least around here, my farmers markets are light, probably talking about 300 to 500. It's going to be more the festivals and the bigger markets that you're going to make more money on it. But I'm sure if you're doing a 30-day market, that's probably a lot of money, or a lot. Now I'm curious, what was the cost on that 30-day one? Like, how much did that cost you to reserve that spot? And is it like 8 hours each day or 4 hours each day? What's the time? I'm really curious about it. All right. It takes me about 19 hours per 2-color dragon on the P1S, like the purple and white. I guess it also depends on the size of the dragon too. Most of my 80% scale 4-color Cinderwing dragons, I would say, is about 9 hours on the Snapmaker. 100% scale, I don't recall offhand. I don't do 100% scales that often. All right, let me get this. All right. (260% Cinderwing dragons). That's an interesting size. What do you price them at? I don't need to look at that, because honestly, my large Snapmaker or large Cinderwing dragons don't sell that often. But I am curious. Oh, 260%. I was about to say that didn't line up. 260%. Okay, 260%. That makes more sense. Also, I'm not sure if you guys have, but for those with the Snapmaker, do you reduce your purge tower? I've been meaning to put it into a video, but I reduced my purge tower settings to about half, and I haven't had a single issue at all, and it's saved me so much material on the purge or on the tower. because that's your only waste that you have on the Snapmaker is the tower. So, and it cuts time, of course, too. I haven't changed parent settings. Please do a video on that. Sure. I mean, really, the big thing is, yeah. So I really need to do a few different videos, and maybe I'll work on some of it on Thursday. So I lost my opportunity to do a lot of the videos whenever I was doing the TikTok for 30 days, which, mind you, I haven't done TikTok in a week and a half. I'm going to be doing it tomorrow, though. But I realized I was missing out on opportunities to do kind of external or third videos in the middle of the week. So I'm going to work on doing something pretty soon. I'll probably do 2 of them. One's going to be common things about the Snapmaker, and then another one's going to be just my 2,000-hour Snapmaker review. I'm going to work on that. But as far as the settings, all you got to do is just go, I think it's to the multi-material tab. Yeah, I think. Where the purge tower is, and just reduce the numbers in half. Like, go from, I think it defaults to 50. I went to 25. There's 2 settings that I had to choose, one of which was the depth and one of which was the something else. But those 2 settings, reduce it exactly in half. I haven't had any issues whatsoever. It still purges. I haven't had any bleed or anything of that. Well, there's not really bleed, but you know what I mean by that. Oh my word. I can't get this one in here. There we go. Width and prime volume. Thank you. Thank you. That's the ones I'm talking about. You reduce those in half. Give it a shot. I mean, maybe you'll notice something I don't. I haven't noticed anything. Any inconsistencies, any issues, and it's saved a good bit, especially on the larger models. And the bigger thing I like is it's a smaller tower, so it's means I get a little bit more on the build plate if necessary. All right, looks like I missed a few things. I have not, but I'm going to look into it. Great. Best-selling Cinderwing Dragon quickly became the birthday dragon. I rarely ever sell. I sell the Crystal Dragon quite a bit, surprisingly. Still, I think it's kind of boring, but I do. My top one, I'd say, is probably the online. It's the Cat Dragon. At markets, it's the Steampunk Dragon. Birthday Dragon, I haven't sold one yet, but I only made one, so we'll see. 10 millimeter wide and 15 cube prime, 15 volume. Okay, cool. I haven't gotten that small, but that's good to know. I make 100% single filament dragons. I sell them for 30, and multi-material. Yeah, that's about right. I do 100% single color. Now I do the eyes, but essentially single color. I do them for 29, just because 30 was a price point that people didn't care for as much. And multi-material are 40 to 45. I'll bring about 20 of those around, and 30 of the baby dragons, which are priced at 20 and 25. I usually sell. Nice, man. No, I don't sell out of the dragons. At festivals I do more, but I don't sell out of them that often. So I mean, I keep them around because they're still good and people are always looking at them and asking about them, but I don't sell out. Now we'll see. The last I did sell out of at the Merry-Go Festival last year, and I'm doing this festival again, so we'll see if I sell out again. Those are the H2C. There is a prime saving mode that also reduces the prime tower. Oh, cool. I've gotten so many orders for the baby cow. I need to redo the colors, and I need to actually do, I haven't even posted the baby cow. I've been very slack on my Etsy lately. I need to update. I need to add some new things to it, including the baby cow dragon, the birthday dragon, all that stuff. I need to add those. Just haven't had time. I'm gonna have my wife do it sometime. All right, I'm stepping away real quick. Got to use the restroom. Be right back in a minute. All right, I'm back. All right, got those all screwed in. The other side goes to the other side, the M2.5. Yep, did that. Then the other side goes over there. And which one is it? The 2.6. Okay, the 2.6. But yeah, I definitely need to look at updating my Etsy site. It's just time, and work's been very busy because we're going through I'm in the IT field, and we're going to be going through a SOC called SOC 2 audit pretty soon. But I've been responsible for all of the readiness for it, so been quite a bit to do, which has been meaning less motivation to do some things afterwards. I'll make a 200% dragon with a tricolor filament, and we'll find someone who is really interested in it and excited about it. I make them a deal if they walk around the festival with it when people ask. Oh, that's cool. That's a smart idea. 10 by 10 space at this fair is 3.5K. I assume that's for the whole 30 days. That's actually pretty good. I mean, for 30 days, that's a pretty good deal, to be honest. Let's see. That's I'm trying to math. $30 a day? No. I'm special. That's $90 a day? Sure. Okay, I mean, I guess that's actually kind of... $11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Yeah, I mean, that's a big day. The biggest problem you're going to run into is going to be inventory then. Not selling out. So you'll definitely make your money back. Just make sure you have enough inventory. I mean, you said you've got 6 printers. How much back stock do you have? Do you have a lot of back stock? Because if not, I'd be... If it was me, honestly, I'd be sitting there printing 24/7 as much as I can. I'd honestly probably even get more printers if it was me personally, or borrow people's printers. If you've got a 30-day festival. 117 per day. Thank you. I didn't have my calculator. Michael being, how are you liking the 3D Misfits? The welcome package I liked a lot. The new models that are coming out they're not bad, but they're not my cup of tea. Let's see. Yeah, like this was a new model that she released, which it was holding a 4-leaf clover. I removed the 4-leaf clover from it. I mean, I think it was cute. I'm selling them. Do I think it's worth the $17 price tag? No, absolutely not. I'm probably giving it through May to see how it does, to see if I want to keep it up or not. The nice thing is, because it's magnets, it doesn't take up much space on my table because I can just put it around the magnets of my tent canopy, like around the metal parts of my canopy and around the my black metal shelf that I have. So like space optimization, which is a big thing for me, it doesn't really affect it. So that's good there. So more willing. My favorite thing about it is if I do cancel the license, I'm still allowed to sell her stuff. And it was specifically written in it, which is a big thing there. But I think she's overpriced it unless you want the early model. I'd assume I'd need a warehouse full of printers. Probably not that much. Let's see. Let me think. You could probably do 20 printers. Speaking of a warehouse full of printers, how many of you guys watched? Now, he did it just the 30-day thing, and I haven't heard from him since. How many people watched Cubflow a couple months back where he did his daily starting a 3D print farm, and he bought like 50 printers out of nowhere, and dude, as soon as he ended that 30-day thing, dropped off the face. Haven't heard from him since. What the heck happened here? Did I get these all twisted up? Y'all are distracting me. Getting this thing all mixed up, I think it'll be fine. All right, now it should just be the 6 tubes. Yep, 6mm tubes. Go there to there. And then that's it. Okay. Just have a little bit more to go. I think, even despite the mess up, this is still faster than the last time I did this. We'll see. We'll see, though. How's the support for the U1? I've had 2 instances where I did support for them. One time, which I get it, I kind of was hoping that they'd be a little bit more considering. But when I had the Pet G Blob of Death, I had a small damaged magnetic plate on the back of the one of the tool heads. Now it's completely functional, 100% functional. Haven't had any issues. Still running it perfectly fine, but it was slightly damaged. But it was on the second print, and that was for my second printer that I had. So I put a support ticket in. I was hoping that they'd maybe send me a replacement. They said that blobs of deaths are not manufacturer problems. I mean, they said it a little bit more polite than that, and they actually did some troubleshooting with me to make sure it was actually not a printer defect. But that one, yeah, so they didn't take care of me for that, which I feel like Bambu probably would have, because Bambu just issues out replacement parts like candy. The other one, I should be getting the replacement part tomorrow. I was having an issue with the second printer where I kept getting these POG pin errors, and it was following one of the tool changers. Troubleshooting for that, they were very responsive, like less than 6 hours. They had me try a few things. They had me send them some system logs from the printer, and they said, okay, we know exactly what the issue is. It's actually not an issue with the tool changer. It's with something else. They put the ticket in, they shipped it out, and I think I'm supposed to get it tomorrow. But support has been pretty good. Or support has been decent, I should say. Michael, my U1 gets here tomorrow. Nice, nice. Hi again, John from Fantastic Craft 3D Patreon. Here again, I have some cute new animals and a new Animal Flexi series. Nice. Yep, I still remember you. I liked your models. I'm just not looking at any more designers right now. Now, half kidding. If you want to, let me use some of your models, give me a couple months for free, I can kind of test it out and really see it, do a YouTube channel. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Well, half kidding. I would actually love a free model, but or free design, but yeah. Haven't seen him, but I've seen Danson 3D prints as a warehouse. Oh, he's got more than 120 printers. I think he's up to 240 printers is what I saw in his most recent video, one of his more recent videos. That dude's making bank, though. That dude's got, I think in his yearly recap review, I don't remember if he gave the exact amount, but he was in, I think it was like 3 million or something. And he said he's at a 60% profit after paying employees and all that kind of stuff, or 40% profit, something like that after paying his employees. So he's making pretty good, like after employees, printer, maintenance, all that kind of stuff, warehouse costs and such. I watch him on occasion. But no, Cubflow was, he came out, I don't know, probably, I think it was January, because I think I made a comment about how, or was it December? Something like that. I made a comment to myself about how he was just starting the year off, and he did. I mean, it was an okay video. He did 30 days of setting up a 3D print farm, and he did it in his garage. He did. He bought 50 printers, and it was all like instructional, like how to take product photos and all this kind of stuff. He was getting good views. He was getting some good subscribers out of nowhere. And then as soon as the 30-day thing ended, nothing, silence. Yeah, 7-figure business for Danson 3D. It's crazy. That's, I don't know if I would, I don't know if I could handle the stress of that, though. The warehouse and all that jazz. But who knows? I mean, we'll see, though. Next year, my wife's a preschool teacher, but next year my wife is, she's not enjoying it as much anymore. So she's actually going to take the year off and help do a lot of things around the channel and around the store, on the Etsy page and all that kind of stuff. She's going to actually do some marketing because I'm pretty bad at that. So we'll see. Maybe next year things will really take off pretty. I mean, things have been great for me. Don't get me wrong. But I could really do better with some online sales. And we were even talking about her doing a dedicated shipping station or TikTok area on the other side of this garage and such. And like we were just chatting about different possibilities. So we'll see how that works out. All right, let me get this over here, get this plugged in. Oh, I'm totally. But he, I think he mentioned in a couple videos that he actually did the YouTube more as a marketing thing to kind of have people reach out to him. He feels that it's reached out, but he doesn't really like he doesn't make much from the YouTube compared to his other stuff. He just does it because it's more of a free advertisement for him. All right, we got the Snapmaker plugged in now, turned on. I've finished all the instructions. We're at an hour and a half. I think that's actually the amount of time it took last time. So I didn't save any time because of that cord. English, yes. Yes. Wi-Fi password, you all can't see it. Oh, wait, what happened? Set up later because I can't access my phone because y'all are on it. Yeah, I was debating if I should use these same colors or not, but I am. All right, I got device calibration going on. Does the U1 have its own slicer, or can you use it on Bambu Studio? Yeah, Dancing 3D, he's next level working on his own filament extrusion line. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy that he's doing that filament extrusion line too. As for the U1, it uses a fork of Orca Slicer, which Orca Slicer is heavily based on Bambu Studio. So it's very similar, almost identical. Oh, there's my screw that fell earlier. There's a few small nuances, but it's pretty much the same thing. But yeah, so it is its own slicer. And some people have used Orca Slicer on it. I just haven't. Haven't used those yet. All right, let me get this filament open. Go. I'll get black and white over here. Red and yellow over here. Oh, curious. Those that have a Snapmaker, do you guys find that you use a particular spool more often than not? I'm noticing I'm keeping my black and white on the left-hand side, and the other colors on these sides. So I'm swapping these ones out constantly. In fact, I always tend to use spot 4 for some reason. How is the Snapmaker filament? I don't care for the white. This white, I don't know. It's like an off-white. I don't care for the white, but the other ones are fine. As for printing, I mean, it prints perfectly fine. No issues. Oh, I forgot. I need to do this cleaning thing. Shouldn't actually need to, but let me just scrub it like it asked me to. Scrub, scrub, scrub. There we go. The white is horrible, very milky. I agree, it's terrible. But the other colors are fine. Now, I haven't ordered. Now, I'm considering ordering, actually. I haven't ordered any filament from them directly, but I saw that they're now doing, they're bulk ordering just like Bambu does. And it's about the same price as Bambu. And I might be more willing to do that because, A, the RFIDs might be useful, and B, I've been having, whenever I've tried to order from Bambu lately, they've been out of the colors I've wanted. So, yeah. White always needs to be matte for me. I don't always go with matte. I mix it up between matte and standard for the whites, but their white is not great. Bambu's white I don't have a problem with. And I've used a few different. I've used Alagu's white. I've used Sunlu's white. How do you manage to run so many printers on one outlet in one room? Well, I'm now down to only 4 printers with this one, so it's less now. But it was fine. I mean, I was connecting it to a UPS. I made sure that my load is pretty much fine. But the UPS has handled any spikes I might potentially have, but so far it's never triggered. At least not that I've noticed. But I have them all connected to a UPS, so they can all plug in there perfectly fine. And if the power goes out, I at least have just about 10 minutes when they're all running on it. But it's pretty much a dedicated breaker box for that printer area. Bambu Basic Pink is see-through. Had an issue with that. UPS is uninterruptible power supply. It's essentially a battery. That way, if your power goes out, it's like a large surge protector, but with a battery built into it. So if the power goes out, you've got a little bit of maintenance period before, like especially for flickers, it prevents your laptops or your thing. It also protects it from surge protection and all that stuff. It's really useful. I definitely recommend one, at least a basic one. I'd probably get a bigger one than I did. I think I just got a 500, which is not big enough, but it suffices. Like a power bar, but with a battery backup. Bambu Pink is a bit see-through. I've used the Bambu Pink. I like the Sakura Pink, the matte Sakura Pink that they have. That one's nice. But I think I have 3 of their pinks right now. The T-Town Fuzz, about $10 per kilogram. What's about $10 per kilogram? Or are you talking about the price for the Snapmaker when you do the bulk? You know, I just thought about this. This doesn't ask me to update the firmware yet. I wonder what version it's on. Comment above that. I'm seeing that Sunlu is a good option when Bambu's out of stock. I like some colors for Sunlu. Some colors I don't care for. It's just my preference. Elegoo's actually got some half decent prices on some of their basic colors, and I've gone with them for some. Just from Amazon. I mostly order from Amazon unless I do a bulk order from Bambu. What's some good videos to learn how to paint, trying to paint a Highland cow? I'm assuming you mean hand paint, like sand and painting. There's a guy, I can't remember what his name is. There's several different YouTubers that do good that hand paint their stuff. I don't, so I don't really relate. Sunlu Filament is nice. 4-pack on Amazon is a great deal. Sub $12 per kilogram. Yeah, so for me, basic colors, I don't like paying above 15 total. 13 is my sweet spot, but above 15 total for basic colors. I don't like to do that. Now, gradients, tricolors, stuff like that, I'm willing to go higher. But yeah, the basic colors, no, I don't care for that. In the slicer. Oh, yeah, I don't have any good videos for it. I just kind of figured it out, to be honest. It probably would be a good item to do. I mean, my big thing is just I think if I had a tablet with a pen, it would be a lot better. I just do the fill quite a bit, and you gotta scroll the mouse wheel to make sure it's filling correctly and such. But that was a pain whenever I was doing 3D Misfits models, because her models are AI based, so they don't have distinctive lines that you would get off of a hand-drawn one. And so painting those models were a pain in the butt, where I don't really repaint them anymore. I mean, I'll switch the filament color that it uses, but I don't customize it. That's the model I'm trying to do. Yeah, it's a little difficult. Which one are you trying to do for the 3D Misfits? Like, I think I did the cactus, and I even made a few mistakes on that one. A few other models I've done. The cow. Oh, okay. Did I do the cow? No, I didn't do the cow. I thought the cow's cute though. My daughters love that one. Yeah, I didn't change this one. So I just, if you want to change the color, you can of course in the slicer just change the color there. I'm assuming that's what you have tried. I only had to paint a couple of them if I was printing multiple to a plate, or like multiple models at the same time. But for the most part, these I just did with the Snapmaker to save the trouble of hand painting them. Oh, sorry. Took me forever to do the fairy painting. I didn't do the fairy yet. Not really my cup of tea. Now, most of the models she releases she releases a version of it that's pre-painted. So you shouldn't have to paint them. Unless you're doing something custom with it. Yeah, let me look. Let me look real quick. Well, yeah, but if you're still using the same colors, you can just change in the slicer from, like, say, pink to light blue, and that'll swap all the things that are pink to light blue. Wish Zyro filament was a little cheaper, but it seems higher quality than others. I agree. Zyro, quality-wise, my favorite. I love them. They're definitely a little bit pricier. For their gradients, I don't mind paying it because that's about kind of right about what I pay for their gradients. For their basic colors, it's not worth it to me. Now, I was in communication with Zyro about doing a bulk order from them overseas, but it had like a 50 filament minimum. No, 30 filament minimum. So that was at least $400. And then there was like $100, no, $300. But then there was $100 delivery charge. So it wasn't as worth it to me, and it was going to take like 2 months for you to get it. I kind of wish I tried it though. I kind of almost want to try that again though. Gotta run. Thanks for the chat and info again. Have a great night. Yep. See you later, chat. T-Town Fuzz, are you transitioning away from Bambu? More or less. I like Bambu. If they release something comparable in price with the same functionality as the Snapmaker U1, I'll go back with some Bambus. I'm still eyeing an H2C. So if an H2C becomes available on a good deal and I have the extra capital to look at getting it, I still want to get at least one, if not two, probably H2Cs. My goal at the end of this year, depending on how good my markets are, I was thinking about this recently. It's probably 6 Snapmakers and 2 H2Cs. That's probably it. That's probably my goal. Will I probably hit that? Probably not, because I want to use some of the extra money for some needed things I need to get done around the house. But we'll see how business is going. I prefer for Bambu to do better, but I like Snapmaker. I don't have any qualms with that, and it's been pretty reliable. I mean, I compare it to my P1S. And my P1S has been great. But if you didn't see, I mean, I sold my A1 and my A1 Mini. So I only had the P1S. That's all that I have left for Bambu. Oh, all right, this is calibrating toolhead 3. Bambu needs to release a smaller H2C at the 1K price to compete. I agree. I think if they did that, even if they made less profit on the machine, I think that they would hurt Snapmaker so much, it would be worth it potentially for them. Like, just if you ever want to go in together for Zyro specialty and gradients for a bulk order, I'd be interested. Maybe. Because they're, let me see, I've got the sheet here somewhere that they had sent me. Just give me 2 seconds. I know it's here somewhere. Sorry, it's on my other computer. Zyro. Here we go. Zyro filament price list. Okay, so the pricing changes here. I'll print this. Well, actually, I can't print it right now. Oh, but I can do, no, I can't do that. Here, I'm thinking I can share a picture in a YouTube chat. Okay, so I'll run through it real quick. So if we're looking at the basic colors, if you order up to a 24 to 100 rolls is $7.50. 100, and then if you get up to 1,000 rolls, it's $6.50. But if we're looking at the gradients, so if we're looking at the gradient matte, it's $12.30 up to 100 rolls. Or if you go with 1,000 rolls, it's $10.90 per roll. So that's not too bad. I'll go in as well. All right. Y'all need to message me, and we'll see what we can work out. Probably going to be shipping the stuff, too. All right, place the sheet back on here for the calibration. Group Zyro order we're in. The problem is, once we get it all, then we're going to have to ship it to each other. That's the downside with that. But I guess if each person paid for their own shipping for it, it wouldn't be cheaper. I had high hopes for the X2C, but I just don't think I'm going to get one. Yeah, but definitely getting an H2C. Yep, I just bought $800 in basic filament 2 weeks ago. Not me. You can meet me. Oh yeah, that's right. You're pretty close. That's right. You could always drive up and meet me. That's a possibility. Did you order $800 in basic filament from Zyro? Curious. Only if I could as well in Australia. But you know, Lauren, I think in Australia, because they're coming from China, I don't know if it's any cheaper. I don't know. Things going to Australia or not. I'm only a few hours north of you. I mean, yeah, if you want to drive a few hours to get some good deal filament, yeah, we can make it work, maybe. But David, your bulk order, or did you do a bulk order from somewhere, and was it with Zyro? No, half Bambu and half of someone who had leftover. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like you bulk ordered. Yeah, bulk Bambu's my go-to bulk, but like I'll drop $200 to $300 Bambu orders. Well, about $200 Bambu orders typically whenever I order the bulk filament there, at a time. But I don't care for Bambu's gradients too much, and the price isn't worth it because they don't reduce the price for bulk. A lot of full spools at $10 each. Nice, nice. So my buddy Redfin Prince, he was in the chat earlier. I'm not sure if he's in here earlier. He was telling me he just got a haul where he got, I think it was like maybe 100 rolls of filament for like $200 from someone, or maybe 50 rolls or something. It's great. I told him I need to find a great deal like that from someone who is getting out of the business. I have to order 30 soon. They can ship it to us, but it's a bit much for it. I don't need 30 spools of one color. Well, so of note, at least for Zyro, you don't have to order the same color. It's like that 30 rolls minimum or something like that they have. It can be multiple colors. Like you can have, 5 blues, 3 reds, some gradients here, some gradients there. It's just their minimum they have. And then the shipping cost varies depending upon how many, of course, you get. I think I worked it out. It was still gonna, even with it was still gonna be cheaper, quite a bit cheaper. But it just wasn't the time to do it. I'll probably end up. I might look at doing it after I get a few festivals, though. You do when ordering it. Well, when I was in talks with the Zyro rep, I had put my order in, and it was not 30 of one color. They did not have a problem with that, because I think I had a bunch of one colors here and one colors. I pretty much wanted to try one of every single Zyro color when I was doing it. So I had it was like I think I had like $550 or $600 worth of a bulk order with them, and then they tacked on, because of how much rolls it was like $150 delivery charge, and then it was going to take 2 months. And my wife was like, you know what, we're just going to hold off for that for now. I bought out of a ton. Interesting. Well, that stinks, Lauren. That if that's different. I mean, maybe it was a deal. I mean, they reached out to me about the bulk ordering opportunity, so maybe that's where it's different for me. I don't know. David, I bought a ton of PLA Plus from Conjure when they stopped doing basic. They got maybe 100 or so rolls for $860 each. Nice. I haven't ordered for. I'm not familiar with that brand. Let's word it that way. I just heard one of my printers do something, but I think it was just retracting filament. Ugh. I'll say one thing: when you're waiting on it, this calibration takes forever. All right, Tifas, take care. Be safe. Yeah, some companies are still pretty pricey on some of their filament. Like I was looking, someone had requested in one of my YouTube videos when I was doing some filament review, which I still want to do some of those. I just haven't taken the time to do it. But they had requested that I look at candy filament. No, what was it called? Not candy. Cookie Cat. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll look at doing a review video for it. They are very proud of their filament because their filament was expensive, so I opted not to do that. First layer fanatics. I love my Snapmakers. I bought a Cobra X when they first did pre-orders. It arrived dead on arrival. Oh, that's terrible. Sportsman, terrible. They sent me 2 replacement parts. It's still broken. Dude, that stinks. I think that's also why I don't go with a few other companies. Is like I did Bambu. I knew Bambu was great. I am hesitant about testing out other ones because I'm not sure how they are. Now, if a company reaches out to me about sending me a printer, great, but we'll see. I have to order it through Alibaba. You know, I actually haven't ordered through Alibaba because I've always been funny about ordering from various sites. Like Temu I won't do. But I'm now potentially interested in ordering from Alibaba. What's your experience with Alibaba? A Fraser, you're so late. It's all good. We're still got it all put together, but we're doing the calibration now. I'm doing pretty good. I hope you are. Cookie CAD, only get them if you get 12 or more. I use them and they're great with nice colors. I can get them down to 25 to 27. Um, I mean, 25 to 27 for basic color or for gradients? For gradients. Okay, that's not terrible for gradients. First layer fanatics. If you're in the US, there is something called a lemon law. If it's 3 items, I'm not sure if it's just fixes or replacements, but there's a lemon law where they have to refund it if they can't get it fixed. Sorry, I just heard something that I did not like the sound of. Let's see. It's not the P1S. It's not Snapmaker 1. It's not Snapmaker 2. Okay, I don't know what it was. But I swear I just heard the distinct sound of filament shifting. Check down here again. No, everything looks solid over here. Okay. Um, Congrats on the third U1. Thought you were doing maintenance and totally didn't notice the 2 in the back. Nice. No, it's yeah. I sold the A1 and the A1 Mini for a good price. So I bought the Snapmaker U1, the third one, and we're good to go. Cookie Cat is big for their unique filaments that are glitter translucent and gradients with a very saturated colors. Yeah, I noticed that when I was looking. It was just the price. There we go. But David, if you're interested in going together on a Zyro bulk order, I am considering it. Just hit me up on my email. Um, it's in the uh, description of my videos, I think. And if not, it's definitely in my YouTube channel. Has my email, which is initiativedesignshop@gmail.com. All right, 3 more minutes on this calibration, then I'll be able to do the benchy while the dragony. David, where are you out of again? Is it Greenville, South Carolina? Was that it? Little market research. As a merchant, what is a good price for you to pay for a Patreon? So I think $10 is a good point, to be honest. I think 13 is okay if you are doing a lot of I think 13 you have to release a lot of models. but I think $10 is really what's up. I think 15 is not. Like I did 3D Misfits, and I did it at the $10 tier. But they're asking 17 for new people have jumped in, and no, sorry, that's just not going to work. But I think 10 is probably a good point. I mean, David, you get pretty good sales. I'm surprised you don't expand to a few more printers, to be honest. How many models, 6-string, how many models do you release per month? I already have 2,300 on my H2C, and that's with me going on vacation. Nice. All right, we got this set up. All right, let's load the filaments. I just realized these filament spools are not lit up. Did I not put the cable in? Yeah, I think they're kind of crazy for 17. I think $10 is good. I do 4 to 5 models. I have a $13 merchant tier. Yeah, I have one of my 4 designers. I have one that I pay 13. I don't remember who it is, but the rest of them are 10. How do I open? How do I get this thing? All right, spools. Okay, come on now. Stinking can't get this motor off. Push the lock in to remove the feeder. Yeah, I am, but oh, we're good. I was pulling it the wrong direction. Apparently, I did not have the cord in, but I did not like that snap sound. Oh, frick! I don't like that. I may have just broke this cord. Dadgummit. All right, I gotta show y'all what kind of an idiot I am. Let's see. I just broke off this part of this cord. I think I'll be able to get it in there, but I think I'm going to have to get that replaced. Yeah, well, I mean, I was very rough with it. Let's see if it'll work. It's definitely the part that locks it into place. All right. Debating if I should sell my A1 as well to get another U1. I mean, that's up to you. I did the A1 and the A1 Mini to justify it for me. I got 3 U1s, 2 P2S, 2 P1S. Nice. Yeah, game changer definitely. Push the lock in. Yep. Lucas plays games a lot. How's it going? It's going pretty good until I just potentially just damage this part. We'll see. Yeah. All right. Let's see. It's not lighting up. That's what I don't like. Is it still going to feed? Oh, I'm so mad at myself. Okay, it is lighting up. Okay, so that's good. All right, let me get this back in here. Okay. Well, it's working for now. I'll have to see about getting a replacement cable sent to me because I don't like the way it's positioned, but okay, we got black and white loaded. And mind you, if you're not an idiot like me, let's see, 4 is down here. It doesn't light up until you put filament inside of it. I had forgotten that. So let's see if this one's good. Yeah, I had forgotten that. Layer shift. This one's not lighting up either, though, so I don't know what I did. Let me do these cables again. Yeah, so this one must not be plugged in either. Well, let me make sure I don't break this one. There we go. All right, this one I did not break. All right, now let's see if we get this in. There we go. All right. Let's print your new model. Okay. Got it. There we go. All right. Well, I broke a piece, but it's still working. I'll need to order that replacement cable for it. But I got it running. It's doing the oh no, I didn't. Oh, it's okay. Looks like it's gonna work. I'm doing the benchy dragon now, so we'll see. All right, don't mind me. Be right back. Sorry, I'm back. All right, let's see if this can get the first thing down. All right, JDR, I just received a new update on the Snapmaker slicer. It keeps giving me an error. Mine went through fine. Can't help you there. All right, y'all. I just started the Dragon on here. It is about 11:15. I'm probably going to be ending this shortly. Does anyone else have any other questions or any other comments or anything before I end it? And of course, in my video, I'll show you guys that this is running good. And tomorrow, I will start the first live print on it. All right, sounds like nothing. So I am gonna go ahead and end this live stream. Appreciate y'all hanging out, getting this set up, dealing with my frustrations. I got to figure out how to get that cord replaced. The annoying part is I have a feeling I'll have to actually disassemble some of the inside parts to get to that cord. Is what it is. So go to bed before you break something else. Yeah, no kidding. So all right, it's been great chatting with y'all. I will talk with you guys next time. Bye.